Alright, let's check out this interview with Nora, aka Moroccan Spice. I don't know why I'm seeing tears and whatnot. That's not what we're not looking for those tears. Nora, hold back the tears, Nora, please. Let's go. Damn.
Why are you crying?
They would laugh in front of me. During the take, they would start laughing together, high-fiving each other. Did you hear how funny she sounds? You know what I mean? They're like, no, you're a foreigner, you're not from here. Do you even understand what it means to be Indian? I'm telling the embassy, the consulate, don't send me back, please. Inshallah, don't send me back.
That's crazy. Let's run it back. Yeah, I need to know
that
more.
Agency calls me, that Tipu guy calls me, he's like, I have something for you, come. I said, all right. I go and meet him. He's like, do you want to go to India? I said, yeah, I want to go to India. Let's do this. He's like, you want to think about it? I said, what's there to think about? India, Bollywood, Shah Rukh Khan. Period.
Obviously, she has to say the king's name in it. She has to mention the king's name in it. That's done, bruv. One more time, because if you're nice, we play it twice, you know what?
I said, what's there to think about? India, Bollywood, Shah Rukh Khan. Period. He's like, yeah, okay, but just think about it. I was like, no. We grew up watching Hindi cinema. We grew up watching Bollywood films. I'm obsessed with this one film called Devdas.
Devdas.
Okay, I watched it like 20 million times growing up. And why?
That gave me nothing pure Shakespeare vibes, but it's a great movie. You had Ashura Rai in it, you had Mahuri Dishi in it, you had Shah Rukh Khan in it. Because
it has dance, music, everything. Art. It was so theatrical. It was so big. It was so dreamy.
I love that movie.
And that for me was so exciting. I said, Tipu, this is what I'm looking for, man. This is inspiring. I'm looking for somewhere where I can do all of it. I can act, dance, be emotional, be dramatic, look beautiful, everything. That's what Bollywood is. Like, I've been looking for it and you've just given me the answer. He's like, all right, when do you want to go? I'm like, now, let's do this now.
Damn, taking the
opportunity. He's like, all right, after a week, I'm taking my flight to India.
Love that.
But I was so overexcited that I didn't think about what is required to go to India. Visa, the actual requirement. Language, network, contacts. Everything. I just went like a silly girl, and I'm telling my girls, the day I signed that contract, I called my girls. I'm like, girls, you guys have to come over. I have news for you. And all my friends, they're obsessed with Hindi cinema too, with Bollywood, because Somalian, Kenyan, we all watched Bollywood films growing up. So they all came to my house and we're sitting. I'm like, guys, I'm going to Bollywood.
That's what she's a guide to Bollywood, you know?
Girl, you made it. We made it. This is it. We start from the bottom, now we're here. All of that was happening. And then the other one's like, tell Shah Rukh Khan I said hi.
Tell Shah Rukh Khan I said hi,
It was like that.
I love that though. When your girls are giving you that much energy, everyone's just feeding off that energy. Like, yo, let's go. I mean, you got this. That's the mentality you want in it.
Hilarious. We were so excited and so naive.
Yeah.
So naive. Because when I reached India, it was nothing like that. I was thinking that I was going to get picked up by a limousine with like a butler, and they're going to take me to this suite, and I was going to live a nice life in a hotel, and I'm going to go to my auditions via the limousine.
No. Nah, she wilded. She really thought she gonna live like that. Live that. You what? She ain't even touched Shah Rukh Khan yet, and she wants to live like that, brother. What?
It's gonna be nice. It's gonna be like high level lifestyle, because I'm going to Bollywood. It was nothing like that. I had the biggest shock of my life, the biggest slap in the face when I arrived, and the struggle I went through, the bullying, the rejection, the traumatic experience I went through. If I knew that before going to India, if someone told me, this is all the things you're gonna go through, you're gonna meet evil people, they're gonna steal your passports, you're gonna get deported, you're gonna go back to Canada, people are gonna laugh at you and say, why did you go anyways? How do you leave a developed country to go to a developing country? Then you're going to go back to India and you're going to fight. You're going to learn the language. You're going to learn the language. You're going to learn the language. And you're going to meet people who are going to laugh at you on the way. Whenever you try to speak, they're going to laugh on your face. That happened to me all the time. You know how many times I would spend hours and weeks and months and years with my Hindi diction coach and Hindi teacher to learn the language. And he would uplift me and he'd be so positive and say, "You are doing so good, Beta. You're speaking so well. I'm so proud of you." And he'd make me so confident. And I would go to a casting director or I'd go to an audition and they would know I'm not Indian. And they would call me specifically and say, "The lines are in Hindi. Can you do it?" I say, "Yeah, I'll try my best." And I would do them and they would laugh in front of me. During the take, they would start laughing together, high-fiving each other.
That's nice.
Did you hear how funny she sounds?
That's nice.
And my ego, I'd be like, how dare you? Wait till I leave, at least. You know what I mean? Like, why would you do it in front of my face? And that would take me back to when I was 11.
I was just gonna say.
Oh, man. I get so angry. And I would have this dirty attitude. And I'd be like, what's so funny? Nothing. No, what's so funny? Because like you were like hilariously laughing like hyena. What's so funny? No.
You almost said fucking hyena.
It was cute.
Oh, God.
And I would leave. And that time I was traveling in a rickshaw. I didn't have a car. You know what rickshaws are, right?
Yeah.
And I'd stand in the middle of the road and it's always raining. SubhanAllah, it's always raining when happens. And it's raining and I'm like hailing the rickshaw, he's coming and I'm crying and I'm like, you know, that time I was living in an area called Vira Desai Road. So I'd be like, Maya, Vira Desai Road. And I'd be crying, he'd be like, huh? I'd be like, Vira Desai Road, chalo. And he would take me and I would go and I'd howl and cry in the rickshaw. And the rickshaw driver is like traumatized. He's driving and he's like looking and he doesn't know what to do. And I'm like,
What can you do if you got to get someone in your car, whatever it is, the rickshaw, just bawling out, bro? What do you do?
Crying. And I pick up the phone and I call my Hindi teacher. You said I was good. You said I was doing so good. And he'd be like, what happened? I'd be like, they laughed at me. That's all I would say. They laughed at me. And I would cry. And it happened so many times to me.
Damn.
It was so difficult because all you wanted to do was learn and be accepted. And you're learning and you are investing time and energy. And you want to be so positive and you're getting the complete opposite back. And it feels like the minute a door is opening, it's closing in your face. It's like they're opening it. They're like, hey, like it's open, come. And you're rushing towards it and they go right in your face. And that's what I went through for 5 years.
Chai.
Constantly. If it wasn't the language, it was the fact that I'm not Indian. And that would make me so angry because I'd be like, no, but listen, like I'm North African, I'm Arab. Like our cultures are very similar. And I'd want to make them understand that we are so similar. Like, don't focus on our differences, focus on our similarities. And nobody cared.
It's true.
You know what I mean? They're like, no, you're a foreigner,
that.
You're not from here.
Damn.
Do you even understand what it means to be Indian? Rightly so, I understand where they're coming from.
Of course.
This happens in every country, in any industry you go to. But I was so driven and so hungry that I just couldn't understand. It goes back to, again, when my mom, the divorce, everything, I was selfish. I didn't understand. And this is another scenario which is the same, where I didn't understand where they were coming from. Today, I understand where they're coming from. Because they want someone to earn it. You want to be here today, earn it. Learn our language.
That's what I'm saying. I was just about to say, but look at her now, though, innit? Look at her now. That's what I was like, yeah, she went through all this 5 years ago. But look at you now. You live it.
Learn what it is.
They need you to be relatable.
Be relatable.
To the
You are going to connect to billions of people. If you're not relatable, why are we going to invest our money on you?
Makes
Who
total
are
sense,
you?
though.
Sah. It's true, but I couldn't fathom that. I didn't understand that because I believed in myself. Just give me a chance. Just see my audition. No, we don't want to audition you. I would stand in lineups for hours. I'm auditioning with 300, 400, 500 people who want the same thing. And imagine, I was auditioning with girls who are from Brazil, who also wanted to be Bollywood actresses, didn't know the language, didn't care for the language, but they said, whatever, let's try our luck. I was auditioning with Indian girls. I would audition with other South Asian girls. I was auditioning with the world because suddenly Bollywood became a vocal point of where actors wanted to come. Something had happened in Bollywood where people globally were coming, trying their luck. I didn't think that. I thought I was only going to compete with Indian girls. You know, I thought maybe not a lot of Indian girls wanted to do it. Maybe I might compete with like 10, 15.
10, 15.
Hundreds.
Hundreds. I got put in a house when I landed in India.
You lived with 8 people, right?
Can you imagine? 8, 9 girls.
Yeah, I read.
Can you imagine?
No, I don't want to imagine.
Yani, this is the biggest shock of my life. When I entered this house, and not nice girls.
Damn, hella attitudes.
Rude girls who were cutthroat.
Dang.
Vicious.
And they were the ones who stole my passport.
That's
like within the first few months.
Wow.
And that was the biggest embarrassment. I cannot go. I'm telling the embassy, the consulate, don't send me back, please. Inshallah, don't send me back. They're like, no, but you don't have a passport, you don't have a visa, it's protocol, we gotta send you back. You don't understand. Like before I came, everybody back home, like all the people that knew me, not my friends, but people who knew me, they're like, oh, she's going to India, that's so stupid. She thinks she's gonna do something like, she's gonna be back in 10 days. I can't go back. It's like a bet, you know?
You don't want to prove them right.
They thought I was so crazy. They're like, move, like you need to go back, you're out.
Final.
Damn.
Nora in one word.
Amazing.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. That was nice.
Thank you.
You're getting emotional now.
Damn. She is amazing.
It was.
When you've been through a lot like that, it's nuts, man.
Why are you crying?
I think it's funny. It's like in a good way. It's not a bad thing. It's a good thing.
I know.
Because mentally, there's a rewind that happens. It's like, so it's like intense. And you just look at like all the kind of people you meet, and then you're just like, the world is like vicious, but it's also, I'll tell you why I cry, because I think about like other people, like girls that maybe went through the same thing as me and probably gave up. Like it's so easy to give up. And I think about the kind of people I met who really brought me down, not in India, everywhere, even in Canada. You know, when I was just hustling, and I look and I go, haram, like if any girl or even a guy would have gone through that, they would have just been shattered. They would have lost hope. Yani, like if a human loses hope, it's the worst thing. It's the worst thing. And I keep thinking, I'm like, that even 50% of the things I went through, if another girl or guy went through that and they lost hope, that would have been one more person in the world that we would have lost. Could have been a great person. They could have made an impact in the world. They could have made a difference in the world.
100%.
And I wish parents would instill hope and confidence and prepare them for what's out there.
I ain't gonna lie, that's a tough one. There's a lot of things in this world you can't prepare your child for, man. The only thing you could pretty much do is obviously make your child mentally strong. Like make your child a mentally stable child. Obviously put them in tough situations and stuff like that. Say no to them, and you know, like whenever they want something, you can't just pamper them like yeah, everything yes. Because when they go out in the world, it's not even just no. Bruv, it's brutal, bruv. It's brutal. It's not even just a straight no, it's straight violation. Like you said, vicious. So obviously prepping your child in that way, I feel like that's probably the most you could do. Obviously be nice to your child. It's your child. Come on now. No parent really hates their child. Like, allow it. But obviously prepare them mentally, understand that not everything's gonna go your way, and in that kind of way, that's the only thing you can really do. But other than that, I don't really think you can prepare them for what's out there, man. It's
And I
rough.
wish our school system did the same thing, because everything I learned in school didn't help me for the real world. Metaphorsis and what type of rocks there are in the world, and you know what happens when the plant hits the sun at 4 p.m. That didn't help me for the jungle. And
School has its benefits, of course. Don't even try that. I think school, one of the biggest things school taught me is how much I can actually do as a human being. Because you know, when you certain levels, you're like, I can't do this. And then them deadlines hit. You got that assignment. All of a sudden, you're writing 50 pages in like 3 days, 3 nights. You're not sleeping and whatnot. You're there ones. You're like, oh shit, I can do it. I think that's the best thing that's like going through the school system taught me. But at the end of the day, you understand what she's saying about preparing students and everything for life. Remember, most of the people that are there, including, like, I'm talking teachers, all of that stuff, they're all there to collect a paycheck. Literally. You know what I'm saying? They're here to do what they gotta do, and they're out. So it's hard to put that kind of responsibility on those type of people.
always think about the necessity of your upbringing at home, instead of our parents. Like when I say our, I say globally, anybody. Instead of them being so, don't do this, don't wear this, don't go out, don't talk to this, don't do this, study, don't watch this, don't. Instead of being like that, I wish they would prepare them for the world, prepare them for marriage, prepare them for what it is to be with another human, what it is to share a life with another human, prepare them for what it is to work, to go and work for yourself and to create an identity. Prepare them for the workforce. The workforce is not an easy place. The kind of things women and men face, we're not prepared for that. And two things happen: either they ruin you for life, or they make you for life. But most of the time, they ruin you for life. They break you. They ruin your personality, your charisma, your aura. They make you negative. And you are the same person who will have kids, and you will inject that negativity to the next lot.
Yeah.
Damn. That was a nice interview. I ain't even gonna lie. That was a really good interview. I might have to check out this channel, man. See if they got more of other people doing these interviews. It's deep, because there's a lot of backstory there that I did not know about Nora. I didn't know that that's what she went through. You know, obviously now this is the Nora that I know, is the Nora that I see on screen with the songs and whatnot. But it's always nice to know a bit more deeper personal things, like what they went through. That was a really good interview. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. If you did, hit it with a thumbs up. As always, thank you guys for supporting, and I'll catch you lot in the next one. Love life, love life, love life. Peace.
और वैसे भी रिस्क है तो इश्क है.
Risk is the spice of life. Hey, hey, yay, yay.
I can't believe Vikram broke up with me.
Really?
हमें तुमने जब गले लगाए तो